Mr. Shoaf taught me many things starting when I was 25. Some things were quick and easy to learn, like setting goals, which we'll talk about later. But I struggled with personal development. It was hard to stop blaming others for my problems. I used to blame the government, my negative relatives, the company, policies, unions, wages, the economy, interest rates, prices, and other circumstances. Letting go of this blame was difficult for me. Changing my mindset was a big challenge. But Mr. Shoaf shared something very important with me, and I'd like to share it with you. He said, "What happens to you isn't what determines your future. Things happen to everyone. The important thing is how you respond. It's not about what happens, it's about what you do about it." He continued, "If you want to change, do something different in the next 90 days than you did in the last 90 days. It could be reading books, improving your health, or building better relationships with your family. It doesn't matter how small the change is. If you start doing things differently, even with the same circumstances, you'll see a difference. We can't change what happens to us, but we can change how we act." He then shared another key to success with me. He said, "Mr. Rohn, what you have right now, you've attracted by the person you've become. This means that your current situation is a result of who you are." Understanding this can explain a lot. It's tough to accept sometimes, taking responsibility instead of blaming others. This was a hard lesson for me. He pointed out my situation, "Mr. Rohn, you have pennies in your pocket, nothing in the bank, creditors calling, and you're behind on your promises. You've attracted these things because of who you've become." I asked him how I could change all that. He said, "It's simple. If you change, everything will change for you. You don't have to change what's outside, you just have to change what's inside. To have more, you need to become more." He also said, "Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for fewer problems, wish for more skills. Start improving yourself, and everything will change for you." Let's chat about personal growth, which is like an amazing journey I started when I was 25, and I'm still on it even in my 90s. I just want to keep improving. I want to be better at what I do, whether it's my work or my business. Once I understood this simple idea, it became easy to see where I needed to improve. Now, let's talk about personal growth. When I explain it to kids, I usually start with money. Money isn't the only thing that matters, but it's a good place to begin. Kids are often interested in money because you can count it. Economics is pretty straightforward because you can measure it. If someone asks, "How are you doing?" we can start by looking at our money situation. Of course, there are other things to consider, but money is a good starting point. It's easy to see if there are any mistakes in our decisions or if we need to be more disciplined. So, let's start by checking our money and see if we've made any errors. Okay, here's the deal: when we do things that help others, we get money in return. Imagine a big market where everyone exchanges stuff. That's the marketplace. We earn money not for the time we spend, but for how much we help others in that time. Some folks think they get paid just for being at work, like saying, "I get $20 for an hour." Nope, that's not how it works. If it did, we could all just chill at home and get paid. But no, it's about what we do with our time that counts. So, the big question is, can we get better at helping others and earn more money in the same time? Can we become twice, or even 3 times, better at what we do? Of course. And when we really want to make a point, we say, "Of course." To earn more money without working longer hours, all you have to do is become more valuable. In America, it's like climbing a ladder. At the bottom of the ladder, some people start earning around $4 an hour. There was a big debate in Congress about whether it should start at 5, but starting at 4 is okay. Why? Because it's not a bid, it's a ladder. You start at the bottom and then you can climb higher. Now, some might say it should start at 5, but that's only if you plan to stay at the bottom forever. But who wants that? The whole point of life is to start somewhere and then become more valuable over time. In America, you start at the bottom of the ladder, maybe making $4 an hour. But as you get better at what you do, you move up the ladder and earn more. Last year, the top earner made $52 million. Can you believe that? The person who runs Disney made that much. Why would a company pay someone so much money for just 1 year of work? Well, if that person helps the company make $1 billion, then it makes sense. Compared to that, $52 million is just a small amount. Why does someone make $52 million? Because they've become extremely valuable. But why do some people only earn $4 an hour? It's because they're not seen as valuable in the job market. We need to understand the difference. While someone might be valuable in other ways, like being a good brother, community member, or churchgoer, in the job market, known as reality, low value equals low pay. That's just how things work. So, how do you make more money? It's simple. Some might say, I'll go on strike for a raise, but there's a big problem with that. You can't become rich just by demanding more money. Others might say, I'm waiting for a raise, but it's actually easier to move up by becoming more valuable. That's the real key to success, increasing your value. Why would someone make $400 an hour? It's because they've become more valuable in the job market. You see how it works? It's pretty straightforward. In America, it's like climbing a ladder. Going from $4 to $5 an hour might not seem like much, but it's a step forward. At McDonald's, if you take out the trash, you'll earn $5 an hour. But if you do it with a smile, they might even give you an extra $1 for your good attitude. It's amazing how simple things like wearing the McDonald's hat can make a difference. And as you keep working and improving, you become more valuable. 5 years ago, a company called me. They were planning to expand internationally and wanted my help. Even though I was semi-retired and looking for relaxation, they convinced me with the promise of adding millions to my bank account. So, I agreed to help them out. I had a thought later on, why did they call me? Then it hit me, of course they called me. Who else would they call? I can get things done. So, why did I get a call worth millions? Because I had become valuable. I grew up on a farm in Idaho, had just a year of college, and I thought I knew everything when I was 25. But I made so many mistakes. Creditors were calling me, I had barely any money, and I couldn't keep my promises. How did I get that call worth millions 5 years ago? Because I changed. I turned my life around. Can you become worth millions? Economically speaking, yes, it's possible. Let me share a secret with you. Shoaf told me, here's the key, Mr. Rohn, focus more on improving yourself than just your job. When I understood that, my life changed. Learn to put more effort into developing yourself than you do into your job. That's the secret. He said, if you put in a lot of effort at your job, you'll earn enough to get by. But if you focus on improving yourself, you can become really successful. Back when I was 25, people would have called me a hard worker. I didn't mind putting in extra hours. But despite that, I had no money and was falling behind on my commitments. Why? Because I was working hard at my job, not on improving myself. I'm telling you, if you learn this simple principle and begin working on yourself today, at the latest tomorrow take tonight to think it over and start focusing on personal development, you can increase your value to the job market. You'll see a significant change in your income. And money is just one of the many benefits you'll gain. By putting more effort into improving yourself than your job, you'll develop the skills and qualities needed to become more valuable in the marketplace. Let me tell you, your whole life can transform. Want promotions? No problem. Becoming more valuable at work? Easy. Money? No issue. Economics? Smooth sailing. Future? Bright. Just focus on the right thing, don't try to change external factors. Instead, work on improving yourself from within. Work on your mindset, attitude, personality, communication skills, and all your abilities. If you make these personal changes, everything else will fall into place.